Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I already discussed about that things with you, how can create the store method, and here I just defining some of the required field, and also I added our model, that means the student model. Here I created one of the object, and with this student here I save all the data, that means all field that data. Okay, and after that save data, here I also added one of the redirect, so it should be redirect to our home route. So here I just defining our home route on particular that position. If you go to the our route, and here you can see for the home I just defining that name as a home. So for the reasons here I just defining the route as a, it should be redirected to our home route, and with also some of the message. So here I defining one of the success message ID, and that is our message. So now I want to actually display that message in our home page, and in our home I already declare it. Like here if you go to the route in our student controller, that is our index method. Okay, and into the index method, what exactly I redirected, I in our index method I just redirected to our welcome page. And in our welcome page on particular that position I want to visible it. Like here right now I don't need this, I remove all the things from here. And in particular that position, first of all you have to define one of the if condition. Okay, like I just take one of the if condition, and here I want to do that work with the session. Like here I just define the session, and into the session here I have to define that ID. So where I just with, like here I just defining that with ID, so this one. So for now I just copy it, and particular that position I paste it. And also now we have to AND it. Like here I just AND our if condition on particular that area. And now on here I want to take one of the tape, like he should be display some of the alert. Like here I want to add some of the success alert. Like if you go to that bootstrap form, like here you also get that component. Like here if you go to the component, and there is an alert component, so if you click on here, and for the alert right now I want to use this one, that means that is actually the green. Okay, so that is actually success, that means 3. So that is also all the day 1 2 3, that means this one I just copy it. Okay, I just copy it, and now here I paste on particular that position. So now in particular that area I want to actually show that session. So here I just defining that section. Okay, I just defining that session, and here I want to display that message ID. So here our message, so I just defining it on particular that area. I hope you can well understand about it. And also one thing, like if you go to that our create page, here I defining the route, and there is actually post method. So if you want to insert the data here, you have to also add the things with the CSRF field. Like here I want to add it on particular that positions. Like here I just define the CSRF, and here I just define the CSRF underscore field. Okay, I just define the CSRF field on particular that position. So without this CSRF field, he will be not inserted all the data. That means all that name data, he will be not inserted. For the reasons here, I just added that our CSRF field on particular that position. So now let's check this out. Our data is inserted or not. Click on the save all. So here I just click on the save all, and now if you go to our page, like here I just refresh it. Okay, for now here I just defining as a Kazi, and then last name I just defining as a Ariyan, and email ID I just define as a kazi@gmail.com, and I just put some of the phone number, and now click on the add data. So now here it's showing as a app student not found. Student, let's check this out. Like here I already added one of the object as the student model. I also added that student. Like if you go to the controller, and here you can see that I'm actually using the students, so I just rename it better. I just name it as a student because I call it as a student. Okay, so for now I just rename it as a student. So now that is actually the student model, so I just change it, and now I just click on the save all. So that's our student model. I just defining as a student, and here that is our student. Perfect. So now it should be work. Now I just click on the go back, and now here I just refresh it again, and if you browse it, okay, perfect. Now I just click on the Kazi, and now I just define as the Ariyan and Kazi@gmail.com, and here I just define the phone number. So this type of one of the phone number, and now I just click on the add data. Yes, now you can see that student successfully added. So if you go here and now if you click on the browse, yes, now you can see the first name is visible, the last name is visible, email ID is also visible, and phone number. So we successfully insert all that our data in our database field. I hope you can well understand about it. So we did some of the mistakes, so that the student, so I just defining name as a student. So I change it, or also make that sure you are changing that name, that is student model. So perfect. So now it's perfectly work. Like here I want to insert again, like here is the add data. Now I just define as a John, and here I just define as a John Ma. Here the John @gmail.com, and I just put some of the phone number, and now click on the add data. Yes, now you can see it's now showing as a student successfully added. So that is the message I just set up on here, and I hope you can well understand about it. So that is our message ID, and that is the message. So after that redirected in our home page, I just display that message with the alert success. For the reasons it's now visible on here. And also one things like here I also added some of the validation. Okay, so if you also want to show that all that validation error, so that the things will be visible in our particular that position, that means in our create page. So now I want to work in our create page on here, like up into this position. Okay, I just do that work on here. Better I just define first of all one of the if condition, like I just define if condition, and here I just add and that if, and here I just define the and if. And now in our if condition, first of all I just take one of the variable like as a errors. Okay, and for the errors I want to do for the every message, like here I just define that any. So here I just defining as a any on here, and I also want to do that work without using the for each, like here I just define as a for each. Okay, because it should be the looping, for the reasons I just defining as a for each on here. And now with this variable, so here I just define with this variable I just defining as all, and I just defining all as error. Okay, so I just make the things as a simple. So for now I want to actually also show some of the alert message. Like if you go to that alert, right now I want to need this danger alert, so that is actually the danger alert. So I just copy that div. So here I just copied that the danger, and in particular that position I just paste it on particular that area. So now we have to and that for each. So here I just defining as the and for each. Okay, I just defining an and for each, and in particular that position I only want to print this error. So here I just copied, and in particular that position I just simply added print that error. So I hope you can well understand about it. It is actually the one of the default one of the format to display that error, and here I just defining if errors any. That means if we get any error, then it should be show on particular that position with this variable. Okay, and also here I just defining the error with the all. That means some of the times is multiple field will be the blank. Okay, like here if you go here, like here I just make that things first name and the last name as a blank, and I just only put that email address and the phone number. So if for the reasons here I just defining it as a all. So for the multiple field he will be get all that error data, and here I just define the error, that means the all error data. Okay, so for the reasons here I just define two of these, and here I just define the for each. In your for each I just define call as error, and here I just simply display that error. Now let's check this out, our field validation is working or not. And here in our controller I already assigned that validation for all that field is required. So for now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and now I just refresh it, and here is showing unexpected and if what exactly the things I did wrong, like here and if condition, there is a for each. You can see I just put that spelling mistake again. There is a for each, EACH. Okay, so for the reasons actually get that error. Now I just click on the save all. There is for each, and down here there is if, and down here. Now click on the save all, and now if you refresh it, yes, perfect. So now I just put that field as empty, and now if you click on the add data, yes, now you can see he get all that error. So that is the first name is required, that is the last name is required, email field is required, and phone is required. For the reasons here, I just defining as a all. Okay, he will get all that multiple field error, and he will get and print that things on particular that position. I hope you can well understand about it. It's perfectly get all that error. Like here, I is defining as a Kazi, sorry, as a Jack. I is defining as a Jack Ma. And for now, I just make the things email as a blank. Okay, and I just put some of the phone number. Now click on the add data. Yes, you can see there is an email field is required. So you have to also add that email field. So now I just define as a Jack and then Ma, and here I just define the Jack at the rate gmail.com, and I just put some of the phone number, and I click on the answer data. Yes, you can see that the student successfully added. So I hope you can well understand about it, and if you browse it, all the data is perfectly inserted in our database table. So in our code application, I already complete our insert data. So in our next video, I will show you how can read all the data and visible that things in our home page. And after that, how can edit it and how can update that data and how can delete it. Step by step, I will cover each and everything with you with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.